Back online, everybody. Oh, shoot. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Forgot my drinks. Oh, trying to sneak off you. Sneaky punk. All right, we got one and a copy. Hold on. Check. Empty or water. You're not going outside, dude. They're not. Sneaky cats. Trying to sneak off. They are not outdoor cats. We got locked out and be freaking. It's freaking. Okay, we got our drinks. Let me fix this camera view. It's supposed to be centered, a little zoomed in. Let me earbud die now. Are you kidding me? Earbud's already dying. Wait, we gotta plug this in. We gotta plug our phone in. Wait, where are we at? Okay, right one is 100%. The left. All right, we got that. We got that. Okay, guys, we are back out in the studio. Yeah, we're gonna get some painting done. What happened? Is our stream going wonky? Wonky stream? Oh, we're still off a little bit. Did I not zoom in a little bit more? Anatoly Demchuk, welcome. Thank you for joining us, saying hello in chat. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Having a great day or evening. All right, we were going to redo that left one. So earlier this morning, we did the green layer and it didn't quite stick because I didn't let it dry long enough. So when I went to go wipe away the paint, it wiped away most of the paint. And that wasn't ideal. That was not ideal. I mean, we got some stuff, but it wasn't quite what we were hoping for. So we need to get rid of some of this. These paper towels. Put them in our used paper towel bin. Okay, that's wet. This is dry, but all these are wet. And we're going to move our other canvases for now. Now, okay. Green. Green, huh? Using moi. Sorry about that. So green, we're going with the straight green. We're not gonna try to manipulate the green at all. All we need is our paint key to open. Here we go. Paint key. Paint key. Some of these cans I could put away for now, just because they're taking up space. Taking up a lot of space. This fan out of here. These paper towels out of here. These cans out of here. That's a little bit more organized. Wait, it's the hunt green. Oops. 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 Don't really need the fan on, but I'll turn it on low. Help moves the air around in here. Move this. There, water there. Shake this up a little more again. Oh, our fellow YouTuber friend Hazak Creative posted a comment on a highlight. I don't really do those, but YouTube with its AI is now it probably they probably like this guy needs some help. He needs some help creating content for his channel. So it came up with some highlights, little highlight reels from uh, my past couple streams. I did post one, and that's I think it was kind of showing you a tiny part of my process, and you made a comment. So this workspace right now, which I consider my studio, as far as during the warm times of the season, is in my garage. So the garage needs to be reorganized. There's all kinds of stuff around here, but I have this general area freed up so I can do some stuff on the wall. Hello, Heather Dutko or Dutko. Welcome to the channel. You said, yo, what's up? You having a good day? I am having an excellent day today. Thank you, Heather. It is decent outside. I'm in my garage. I have the door open, so we're getting some fresh air. And we're gonna work on this left canvas here, do the final finish layer for its backdrop for I got these stencils that I made, drew and cut. The blue tape on it is holding the stencil together, but which way did I have it going? I think it was like this. This one will actually go on this one, and it is a single line, just kind of abstract line, and that is going to go atop this finished ground made up of multiple layers of different types of paint. You said, "Cause you're having a good day." Cause I hope so. You have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you, Heather. You too. I hope you're having a great day also. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I appreciate it. And yeah, so we're gonna put that on there. We'll probably end up using spray paint, and then the line itself gets outlined with a thinner line, And I'm still debating on if I'm going to use a paint pen or brush it on with a small brush and possibly use sign painter's enamel. Or I could do it in sign painter's enamel, which has a certain like um, glossy, hard quality to it when it dries, um, which would stand out off of this mostly acrylic and latex um, built up surface. Hey, Rome Dog, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing great. Hope your day's going well. What's going on with you? It's good to see you in the chat. It might be a while. It might have been a while. So earlier this morning, we put the gray, the really light gray uh, layer on this one, which covered up a lot of the reds and ochres and yellows and whites and stuff that were going on. So you get little glimpses of that underpainting popping through this gray surface. You're just crawling out of bed. That's what I was doing about 4 hours ago, crawling out of bed. Did a, I don't think it was quite 2 hours stream, and then I made breakfast for the wife and I, and then now I'm back out in the studio, so or my garage, which acts as my studio. Since I don't have a proper artist studio, some fancy doodle space in the gentrified district of downtown. Nope, nope. This is strictly in my garage. So we were gonna do a green layer. I'm just getting the green paint ready. We got the lid off. We shook it up. We got the lid off, and I gotta beat out the water from my brush. Where did I put it? It's right up here. Make sure all the water is out of it. 'Cause I don't want that extra water interfering with the paint. I want the paint to be the viscosity it is. Me either. I'm not sure what that response is. Oh, as far as studios, yeah. I'm thinking that's what you meant. Yep. Don't have a proper studio. Use basically my home. I have space in my house, my living room, and then when it's nice and warm out here, I can use the garage, which I didn't take advantage of most of the summer just because it was hot and humid, but that was just me being a wuss about it. Like, oh, I don't want to work outside. It's like 90 some degrees out there and the humidity kills. And it probably could have caused issues with the paint too. Um, the paint doesn't dry because there's too much humidity or it doesn't dry fast or dry in a way that I want it to. Then I'd have just been bummed out and complaining about stuff more than usual because, I will still complain about stuff, but we're just gonna apply our green. This time we're gonna try and let it sit a little longer. It has warmed up from what it was at earlier this morning, so that might help the drying time a little bit more. But I use a hair dryer to kind of speed that up. I cheat using a hair dryer instead of sitting here in front of the canvas just blowing on it with my own breath. Some people do stuff like that. Um, I am from this time and I use electricity. And so I will use a hair dryer. All right. So got got our layer of green on there. Let's see, 'cause I'm sure as soon as I started putting these marks on here, it started to dry. So next step is I am taking, all right, we should be good. I am taking paper that I have laying around here. Let me just close this up. And now let me get the paint off of this cap. Man, my hands were so full of paint this morning. Um, since these are mostly acrylic water-based paints, I am not wearing gloves. But typically, I don't know. I should wear gloves just to make it easier on my hands. Okay, next step, we got our paper. Might as well use these little teeny pieces. How do we do this? I'm just using the paper to blot out the ink, or not ink, thinking of ink blotting paper. Blot out the paint. Pull that off there. Okay, okay. Hopefully this works a little better than the last time. Not sure how far that went down. Okay. We don't want the paint to dry right away. Sorry, Rum Dog, if you're still there in the chat saying stuff, I haven't had a chance to look at the chat just yet, just because I'm trying to get this done really quickly before any paint starts to uh, dry. Let's do this. We can do it like that, right? This big chunk of paper, and we tore it earlier. Use a portion of it. Can we get the pants to stay up? Jeez. Right. Get that off of there. Oh shoot. I'm getting paint on this. Getting paint on my get on my paint. Okay, okay. Um it's a little technique picked up from our friend Willem de Kooning. He comes and visits once in a while, and he really hates my painting, but that's okay. Mm. He's just jealous because he's dead and he can't paint anymore. I don't know. Maybe he's painting, made it, made it through the Golden Arches, and is painting up in. Uh, wait. All right, painting up in Heaven's. What is it? What does McDonald's call it? This little playland. There we go. Was he Orthodox? Russian Orthodox? No, he was. Uh was he from the Netherlands? I can't remember. All right, we're going back. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Work with what you have? Yep. I got a 7 by 7 shed I could set up as a studio. Yeah, whatever space is available. Whoops. I mean, it can be a studio. It doesn't have to be fancy. Um, D&D, what good? Just woke up, so I have no idea. Oh, you both of you guys are just waking up. Rolls for Thaco. Yeah, 12. Nice. Double tap the screen. Hey Zed, how's it going? Welcome. Man, everybody's coming into the chat today. Good to see you, Zed. Hope you're having a great day. Are you just waking up too? I'm assuming you're not just waking up. All right, so we're gonna hit this with the hair dryer, like I said. I'm not gonna sit here and try to use my breath to dry this thing. Even though it can peel paint, my breath can peel paint, literally. It will peel paint. This is how I get my workout. I should switch my hand to the left side, get some play. Uh just got Zed just got up too. So all three of you guys who just got on here just got up sweated and do that. Just stop by to say hi. Thank you, Zed. I appreciate that. You know, I don't expect people to like hang out all day with me, but I appreciate when you guys drop in and say hello. Yes. Okay, so this is the messy part. Ah, this is gonna be the messy part. This is where I got all my shop towels, the fancy, what do they call them? Rags in a box. These are better than your regular kitchen kitchen paper towels. Uh, they're not too bad. Not too bad. They absorb stuff pretty well. I don't know. I should try these against the Bounty. I feel like Bounty would fall apart. All right, guys. Now is the reveal time. Let's get this paint off of here. Whoops. Come on. Now it's sticking. Now it's sticking. Okay. The bottom half, I think, is gonna. Yeah. Okay. Screw you then. Screw you if you don't want to stay in my hand. Come on. All right. Jeez Louise. Okay. Maybe I let it dry a little too much, or we need more water in our paper towel. So there's some stuff coming off. There's some bits coming off of here. Just won't come off when your rag is saturated. Come on, get off of there. Yeah, earlier my hands were chock full of green paint. Come on, you. Get off of there. Come on. Useless. This green paint is really kind of tacky. We'll use a little bit more water. Just want to be gentle so it doesn't remove all of the paint. Just the areas that were very thick. Yeah, not too bad. We can dab at it too. Dab it. Dang, dab it. Okay. Yeah, you can see these towels, paper towels get um full of paint really easily. All right. You know what? I don't know about that orange though. That creamsicle might be too much. We definitely lost much more paint than this side, but not like we lost the first time we did this side. So pretty much all of that green paint came off earlier this morning when I did this because I didn't dry it long enough. So we're starting to get a sense of how much dry time we need. But it's letting through some of this underpainting, getting some glimpses of the blue, definitely that orange. I feel like I shouldn't have went so light with the orange, but that's okay. I mean, we get what we get. Should try some of these where it's just strictly monochromatic. Oh, I know we need at least one or two more of these. Sham wow, yeah. You're a dabber yourself? Yeah. Kind of dab are you talking about, Rome Doc? Viva makes the superior paper towel. I don't know if I've seen Viva in the stores around here, but I could be wrong. We always get Bounty, the quicker picker upper. Is that the same with the lumberjack dude? Is that the same brand? I think Bill Lumberjack. Okay. You know what? I think it didn't turn out too bad. Still, I probably could have let the green sit a little longer, but it probably would have completely dried, and then I would have been better less than more because you can always add more layers. Once it's completely covered and you lose that underpainting, you pretty much have to take the sandpaper to it to get something to come through. Oh crap! Yep, just hit the dirty floor before you start wiping away. We'll just dab. So I think I was talking about the highlights that YouTube's AI uh, is generates, and that's a pretty nice feature for me because I don't really do highlights and I'm too lazy to go through my videos. and find stuff, little highlights that might be interesting for people. But then again, it's just more noise. I just like doing these long format videos for documentation, and that's good enough for me. I'm not trying to be uh the penultimate YouTuber. I just want I just want documentation, and then you know chill and hang out with you guys. So yeah, a little bit better than earlier. That orange is still Kleenex makes Viva, huh? Still, I know we get Kleenex, but I don't know if I don't really get. We usually shop at Target, and all they carry is Bounty. Well, we usually shop at Target for supplies like that. The regular grocery store, the Hy-Vee grocery stores here in Iowa, I haven't really paid attention to what they carry. So I could hit these. Did I do that with these ones too? Not sure, but I can hit all of these with um, the matte medium to seal it, to seal the deal, and I think we will be ready to start doing the abstract lines on top of these. What do you think, guys? Do we need another layer on this side? Yeah, I swear that orange is so powerful. That orange is very, very powerful. I shouldn't have used such a light orange. I was like, oh, let me try creamsicle. Let me try to make a creamsicle color. I still feel like that green is quite dark. I don't think they carry in the Rust-Oleum brand Painter's Touch Ultra Cover Premium Latex Paint. I don't think they have a green lighter than probably this Hunter green. Um, if I were to get something lighter, I'd probably have to mix it myself. And hmm, do we do that? Do we mix our own green? Do we mix, or do we put something else on top of that? Thanks, you guys, for the likes. We hit 5. Ha 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 ha. 5. Wait, what's going on here? No views 1 minute ago? Did my stream just disappear? Shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. Why is the old iPad not showing our live stream? There it is. This way I can actually see the chat better. Rome Dog is still here. Thank you, Rome Dog. Are you running errands or still getting up? S- Still laying in bed? Holy jeez Louise. Thanks, guys, for the subs. We ended last stream with 423. We hit the whole 420 mark a couple episodes ago, or streams. So, and we just got 4 more. Thank you, guys. Wake and bake. Nice. I haven't had a proper wake and bake in since 2009. 2009. Uh, my wife did purchase a, a tin of pre-rolled, uh, maybe a few months back, 6 months back, maybe a year. I don't know how many are still left in the tin, probably four. And I think we smoked a couple of them out of there in the past year, but um, yeah, I have no idea what she got or where she got it. So, but way back when, uh, we were getting the local homegrown, we'll just keep it at that stuff. So it wasn't the ditch Mexican ditch weed that people would ship up from Mexico. Jeez, that stuff was disgusting. Dirt dry, tasted like dirt and soap or dryer sheets because, you know, people do stuff. So got tired of that BS and started doing our own thing. But I got out of that and still have friends that do it. But Iowa is not a very friendly state for growers at this time. I mean, they loosened up their laws a little bit, and they have like a few dispensaries. You got to get your card from your doctor. Um, and then they changed the laws on edibles to now you can only get stuff with very, very low THC content. So it's not even worth it anymore in this state. The gas weed. Yeah. Oh my God. Yep. Forgot about that. And it also tasted like gas. Ooh, disgusting. Oh my God. I don't even know how we did that. But when you're a teenager, you don't know any better. You're just glad to have some weed. You get into your 20s and you're like, what the are we doing? YouTube, I do not promote anybody smoking or growing weed, but if that's your thing, you do it. I don't care. But YouTube, don't cancel me just because I'm talking about weed. Give me a strike. You know what? You know what would be funny though? YouTube would make a highlight of that after this is done. That'll be the highlight their AI makes for me because they're like, "Ooh, you'll get a lot of engagement if you use this highlight," and it's like, "Okay, YouTube." All right, we're going to let me hit this with the hair dryer just to make sure it's completely dry, but I'm sure nope, it is still tacky. Wow. Uh, yeah, hitting it with that hair dryer really helps. It really speeds up that. Yeah, that would be funny. You know what, Rome Dog? I wouldn't be surprised if it does because it's only been the last 3 streams that I started seeing YouTube suggesting highlight like, it literally the AI will make highlights for me and show them to me. They'll be private, but they'll show them to me, and they'll suggest them to me, and I'm like, "Okay, I did post one." It was, it was pretty vanilla, so I was like, "I'll do the vanilla one." But there was one it showed me, and I'm like, "This is taken out of context," and, I don't know if I wanna make this one public. So, yeah, this is a painting stream. I'm not here to teach you how to grow weed or or get you to start growing weed. Trying to get you to appreciate making paintings, or at least watch me make paintings. I don't care if you appreciate them or not. Yeah, it would be funny though. Uh, maybe if it did make me that highlight, maybe I would post it just to see what kind of engagement I would get. People that come in here, I just want to hear about the weed stuff. I don't care about the painting. Just want to hear about the weed stuff. Um, man, I really like how this lighter gray really had a nice opacity to it. This green, um, unless I left it, it's it's a little bit more translucent than I figured it would be. Plus that orange is really powerful. Um, I don't think it's ready yet. That's what the feeling I'm getting from the painting is that one's not quite ready yet. My oh, that's because I'm sitting off to the side. I'm like, it's the orange. The orange is bothering me. The orange against the green, or the green against the orange is too much contrast. It's not even the color, it's the contrast. The the orange is lighter than the green, and it just really makes that orange pop out there. If I would have made that orange, say, like a little bit more neutral instead of uh somewhat saturated or vibrant, maybe it wouldn't have been so bad. I don't know. Maybe I need to quit thinking about it. Make sure you mark it as plus 18, not just made for kids. Yeah, all my stuff. For some reason, I think if you do make it for kids, like I swear one time I think I accidentally made started my stream off, didn't realize I selected the wrong one, and I think it was yes for content for kids, and I don't think it allowed me to do the chat, which I get, and I'm like, "Why is my chat not working?" Like, I don't see chat. What's going on with the chat? Not even showing a live chat. So I ended the stream and then I went when I started it back up, I'm thinking, "Oh, maybe I set it for kids." And I'm like, "No, I don't want my content for kids." even though you get kids coming into your chat, and you could tell who kids are unless they're bots. But usually they're like kids, usually like preteens or under or single digits, like upper digits. And it's like they're asking you strange questions and stuff like, do you remember me? Or constantly spamming the hi or asking you to like acknowledge them. And it's like, dude, I know you're a kid. I'm not trying to engage with you. Like, my content is not for you, but your parent is letting you use their tablet or their phone, which, whatever. But yeah, man, people freak out about all these predators and shit, but they don't police their kids. Like, come on. Like you so worried that they're out there, but you let your kids just hang out on your tablet all day long. You think they're playing games and shit? No, don't you remember what it was like being a kid? Man, the world is so new and you got all this technology at your fingertips, man. You're super excited about just diving into that shit. So, I don't know. It's 11:13 here, classic. Oh, well, you got a couple. Dang, my iPad's dying. Must be like mountain time or or West Coast time. Just a couple hours ahead of you. Yeah, I definitely can tell. Usually tell when kids are in it. They don't make it. They're not trying to hide it, but man, I always tell them you got be careful, protect your identity, man. Don't be engaging with us old farts. Honestly, I don't even think I'm old. I mean, I turned 52 this year. I don't even think I'm old, but everybody else thinks I'm old. Shit, I still feel like I'm 16. Like I can hop on my skateboard, tear down the street, ollieing up curbs and shit. You know what? I went to the skate park. My timing is so bad. I try to ollie up a curb and I'd probably hang up on it. I'm looking at the curb the whole entire time, but when I was younger, I didn't even have to think about it. I just come up to it, bam, pop a ollie. I'm up the curb, you know, onto the next block. Now in my old age, I'm staring at the curb coming at me, and I'm like, okay, okay, okay. When are we gonna pop? And is my legs even gonna have that right timing to pop? I'm struggling to get up 5 to 6 inches of height on a skateboard. Well, I can add that layer of matte medium to at least seal it, and if I want to, thinking of maybe scraping on some paint because I haven't done any of that. That would change the consistency of all my panels, but maybe that I shouldn't worry about that. We're just trying to get a nice ground for the line work to play upon. Right, 47 this week. Oh, you turning 47 this week. Yeah, you still feel young. Yeah, you're always young in your mind. Like my mind's there. Like my mind's like, oh yeah, you could do it. You could skateboard. You can go up and down these ramps, no problem. And then I get there and I'm actually doing it, my mind's like, "Dude, you gotta be careful. You could probably break some." It's like, did I think like that when I was younger? No. But as you get older, you start thinking about that shit. Like, I don't want to have to go to the hospital, sit in the ER for how many hours before they see me if I do break something. I think my wife was texting me. D- Two more. Oh, we got packages. Oh, jeez. No. Oh, that was the picture from before. I'm like, "You send that many packages to us?" Okay, I will give her the thumbs up. And after I do this, I will go check on those packages she's talking about. So we're gonna do this side first. So this one is actually, I'm pretty satisfied with how this panel turned out. And those two other panels, these two down here, I might just call them, they're okay. I always feel like they have to have like a ton of stuff on the surface of the canvas for it to be a good painting. It's quality painting. Like most of the time, people don't even give a crap about the paintings I think are good. They want some little anime character on it or something, and then they're happy. Like, "Oh, cool! I get a zillion likes on anything I do with some kind of pop culture reference." And then stuff like this, you get a half handful until I put something amazing on top of it. Like, oh my god, his level of ability to copy stuff is just out of this world. It's like, yeah, I can copy pretty much anything I want, no problem, as long as you put the time into it, no problem. But do I want to be doing that all the time, just copying stuff that other people have done? Nah. I want to make my own stuff, put my own stuff on my own stuff. Now, if I just left it like this, I understand. These aren't like, this is probably like hotel art if I just left it like this, or something you'd see in a hospital hallway. Like, oh yeah, or Perkins or Denny's or something like that, corporate art. They'd eat this shit up. Like, oh my God, it's so amazing. Good old corporate art. I need to get on with the corporate art. We get paid. You get paid. You probably make okay money. Nobody really cares about art anymore, anyways. They appreciate that you do it, but I don't think they really care much about it unless it's affordable, affordable care art. Yeah, once it's not like stretching their pocketbook, they're like, "Oh my God, can you do more of this for the same price?" It's like, dude, you know how many hours it takes me to freaking do one of these things? And you want it for like $100? Like, dude, if I work a corporate job, you're paying me hourly to do that job. I'm probably not putting as much effort into that corporate job that I am into my painting, and you don't want to pay me what I'm worth when I do my painting. Man, I can't even get minimum wage for pay for my art. That's how much people don't care about art anymore because there's so much of it. People are making art all the time. Let's see. You agree? Unless you're painting or drawing for them, they don't care. Yeah, yeah. If they're coming to you and they want something, even then, oh, some clients will just be like, "Well, that's not what I want." Well, you knew, you seen from my art, my portfolio of art, what I do, and now you're saying that's not what you want? Like, why did you hire me? Well, I thought you would be able to do this. And I don't know what I want until I actually see it. So do a bunch of stuff until I know what I want. My dad does residential architecture, and he's had a client or two like that before. They just have no idea what they want until they actually see it. And he would do these plans and make changes to the plans and make more changes and after changes, and they would just never be satisfied. And at that point, you got to put your foot down and be like, I don't think I'm the person for you. I think you need somebody else. I think you need to go see a therapist or something. Go get on some meds or something. All right, we're gonna hit this with the hair dryer again just to speed up the process. So, mhm, mm, 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 mm. Man, you know what? I don't know if green is the color. So I did a poll earlier this morning. We had a couple people. One person suggests green, and I'm like, okay, we're in green, but the green is just too dark or something. I don't know. They want they want to direct the artist. I yeah, they want you to be like a robot. They want you to be AI. I'm like, at that point, go use AI to make your art. Go use AI to make some boring ass stuff that everybody else is making. Really doesn't have any originality because basically you're using art that was trained or art that the AI was trained on, which you stole from other artists so that it can create certain things that look like other people's artwork. without giving them any kind of credit. Still wondering, but okay. All right. I'm gonna switch up the canvases because I'm not sure yet how I want to handle this green one. I don't think it's ready yet. I don't think it's ready for the line one. Oops. Good thing that didn't fall into my water. All right. Okay. We'll just let this simmer for a little while. If I'm not looking at it for a certain amount of time, maybe when I come back to it, I'll appreciate it more or be like, yeah, that's fine. I can work with it. That's kind of how I look at it is like, okay, is it ready? Is it ready for the next step? Can I work with it? Is it gonna bug me? Um, which is which is more top. This is I think this is the weighted side. And looks a little bit more weighted. Anyways, we're only doing a gloss or not gloss, matte medium steel. Kiss this with the little matte medium and call it ready for the next stage. I like when you can tell that there's a bunch of paint or different paint layers to a canvas. Like the screw causing paint to build up on it when it's there. So get these funky little knobs of paint. Uh, I guess the next door neighbor, this dog, is a real big art critic. I don't think he likes anything. He's always telling me, always letting me know. I think this is how would I do that? You know what? We're gonna go with and this end up. This end this end up. I mean, these are only gonna get again the matte medium. Uh-oh. We got disconnected. He wasn't feeling the green either. Yeah. He always has something to say. Yeah, yeah, if I gave credit and it cut to artists, it would you it was used. Hold on a second. Yeah, if it gave credit and it cut to the artist it used to train from, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Yeah, I totally agree. There was a way where and it should every time somebody I guess this would be kind of hard to control or gatekeep, but if the I guess if the I or the AI or the person using the AI when when it's selecting artwork that appeals to your taste, if that artwork was based in somebody else's work for any reason, that artist should definitely get a small percentage. but almost an agreed upon percentage. But most artists would be probably outrageous in their what they would want. But I don't know because I don't. Nobody's trained their AI on my artwork. I don't even use AI myself where I could train the AI on my own artwork. I know there are some artists that do that, and I can respect that because it's your own art. But to me, you're still letting the AI do all the work. I guess it's kind of like Andy Warhol's factory, and you're basically letting the AI do all the heavy lifting, and you make the artistic choices. All right. I don't think I added medium to these before, so I'm definitely going to do that now. This helps to seal what I have laid down so far. These t- these these four are a little bit more simplified or simple in as far as how many layers I use to build up this painting. Definitely a lot less layers than the other two canvas I just pulled off the wall. Those I had quite a few layers, and I sanded down some of that, and then I went back and added more layers. But it really doesn't matter how many layers as long as you're kind of satisfied with the result. If you can do it in one or two layers and get an amazing result, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm kind of sad that season's coming to an end and it's going to get too cold to be out here in the garage. I love being out here. I just haven't spent enough time this year. But within the last month or so, I've been able to get in quite a bit of paint time out here. So at least when it's cold and snow and ice everywhere, I won't look back and regret the fact that I didn't do anything out here like I did the last year. The year before, I don't think I did anything. Maybe I did a little bit, but not much. And I'm like, I can't even go out because there's certain things I can do out here that I'm not gonna do inside my house, like use spray paint. Maybe if I lived by myself, no animals, it was just me, I wouldn't care. But got the animals, I got my wife, sensitive to some of this stuff, even myself. But a house is not a studio. It is our living environment. Now I could do stuff in the house that's a little bit more safe. Uh, any kind of just straight acrylic painting. I do some oil painting in there, but I try to keep um, the solvent usage down to a minimum. Not trying to go nuts. So 10 light star one, welcome. Well, music artists in the music industry does not want to acknowledge fair use, and they just want to take the whole everything from the videos. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Music use. It's like there should be a little give and take, I feel, because if you're using somebody's music, you're helping to push their music out there to maybe people that wouldn't even be exposed to their music. And also, if you're a smaller artist, you definitely your music might not even reach a larger audience without the help of other content creators using that music. But I get it, you put all that time into your art, you want to get paid for it, but like if you're trying to get everything, juice everybody, your original YouTube channel is no longer existing, but there's videos that someone from China took a bunch of my there are videos that someone from China took a bunch of my videos. So there are a lot of it still on YouTube and I can't get to that content. What happened to your original channel? How did you lose your original channel? The copyright laws are so old, they couldn't even predict AI fair use. Yeah, I guess that kinda sucks. Yeah, if you have all that content you made, you have no access to it, but somebody else can access it and use it in as their content, that's pretty bad. Mm, I wanna say I think I did add some matte medium to these other 2 panels, but I'm gonna have to look at them carefully and see. If not, I will add a layer of matte medium to those. Try to keep one hair out of there. I already get plenty of cat hair in my other paintings. Okay, these on? Um, it's hard to tell. I think there's a layer of matte medium on top of this. I have to go into my other videos to verify that. And there's still a little bit of matte medium in that. These would look good on the Aflac Corporation reception. Yeah, right behind their desk. Ideally, I would do stuff like this on a very, very large, much or very larger. How am I trying to word this? And then on a much larger scale, which I do have next to me. Jeez, I got so much stuff stacked up. I have this big. This canvas has been following me for, oh crap. It's so big, I can't even move it inside the garage here. This big old canvas. Shit. Sorry, guys. I did add some stuff to it. Oh, not recently. Maybe the last thing I added to it was something last year. There's a bunch of Astro Boy or Atom. What do they call him in Japan? Oh, look, I got it inside the picture frame perfectly almost. Yeah, some images of Astro Boy from I think I have I think I have um, uh, the first graphic novel, which I got from a friend of mine. It's not original stuff, but it's later issued stuff. But yeah, stuff like this. This is probably 4 foot by 6 foot or 8 foot. No, not 8 foot because 4 by 8 sheet of this chipboard. So it's just shy. It's probably 7.5 feet because it's, oh no, because this would come all the way down to the ground. So it is probably 6 foot. So 4 foot by 6 foot. That's not too bad. It'd be nice to go a little bit bigger than that. I do have there's some canvases off to the right stacked. Um, 5 foot by 5.5, maybe, or 4 foot by 5.5. So I have some larger ones. I usually build those ones myself just because it's easier to do that than try to go find some pre-stretched and haul it to where I need it to be. But those are somewhat started with stuff on it. Not as far as this. This piece goes back to like early 2000s, maybe just prior to 9/11. At the time, I was living in Minneapolis, and then I moved out to one of the third tier suburbs, just like pretty much in farmland area. And I rented out a place with a friend of mine, a roommate, and it was huge. It was like an old storefront, and it was super long. And the owners turned it into a living space. So it had a lot of space, and then it had a huge like um, big outdoor storage garage, and I would work in there too. That was huge. So I could go a little bit bigger, and yeah, this was probably because I think I moved out there in 2001, like early that year. And I think I started this piece back then. I've added so much to it over the years, and it's still not done. I just been lazy about finishing it, like not quite sure the direction. I'm just adding stuff. You can see there's stickers from like produce, some other stickers from packaging I added into it. Those are the most recent things. The stickers from the produce, I just stuck the stickers on there. I haven't even mounted them onto the canvas, which I would use like matte medium or something to help seal them on there. But yeah, prior to that was this scene from the Astro Boy uh, graphic novel. Says article, is it 19? Where is it? Where's this? Article 19, maybe. Robots shall not injure or kill humans. That was and I drew that out and made a silk screen from that. And so I screened it onto here. These larger Astro Boy forms were done with stencils. And I just got to just where I just blocked in white. Who knows if I was thinking one of the faces, just like finishing out one of the faces. So it looks like in color Astro Boy, but just like leave the body. maybe maybe detail out the hands. I don't even know if I would outline them or not. But yeah, that's that big old canvas. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's other scenes from that graphic novel that I drew out that were screen printed that's underneath here. There's some other stuff from uh, Learn Japanese. It had images in it that I copied and turned into redrew and turned into screen prints. Just little screens and then screened it on here. Um, I hand painted various things from like ads. Like there's an old AT&T logo down here. Um, there was like a image from this Grey's Anatomy coloring book of the profile of the interior of a human's face. Um, representation of the spin of a particle, electron or proton or neutron. That was from Stephen Hawking's A Brief History of Time. Just random things that I would just take from different books that interested me. A little nod to Michel Basquiat with some text, but not try not to do too much because I don't know. Start doing too much, you start looking like somebody else. Anyways, all that wanted I wanted to bury anyways in there. But that's gonna be a tall order to complete this. Too much experimentation, too many different things. Oh shoot. Can't even get this canvas back to where it was at. There we go. Glad that didn't shatter my light. Or maybe light. Anyways, back to painting. Almost 2 o'clock. We still got some time before I gotta log off and go do lunch with the wife or make lunch. Let me hit this with the hair dryer. It feels dry, but this will help. Come on, get the twists out of this. Where are we at so far? It says an hour, but it's probably been more than an hour. Thanks again, guys, for the likes. We got 6 thumbs up. All right, all right, all right. I think we got that. I think we got it. Oh, let me take these off so I can put that green one back on. I don't know. Do I have any other canvases I can just put up there while I got this green one on there? Add something to that. These are, I think, 2 foot by 4 foot, or not 2 foot by 4. 2 foot by no, what am I saying? 18 inches by 24 inches. I think that's the size that I had here. I want to say not bad, not bad. Maybe I can go see if I have anything in the house that's about the same size. Oh my gosh, come on, guys. Got a huge mess over here. Don't want to lose those. Geez, I'm gonna break painting if I don't be careful. All right, I'm gonna spin this around. Maybe it just needs to be upside down. Maybe it just needs to be upside down. Nice. We got a nice little collection so far. Yeah. Okay, hold on, guys. Let me go see if there's anything else in the house. Well, let me get the packages, which I said I would do, and then see if I can find some other. All right, Rome Dog. Sorry if I missed that. You're off to work. You have a good day. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you in a stream somewhere sometime. Have a great day. Oh, and yeah, thanks again for joining. I appreciate it. All right, let's go get those packages and then look for some canvases that we could possibly use. did find some more to work on. I am not lacking in materials. All right, I got one more load to bring out here that I could possibly work on. Be right back. Boom, 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 boom. Stop some move. Boom. Stack of canvases. Some unfinished square ones that are gallery wrapped. We have these three, which aren't really, I wouldn't say they're finished, but I had signed them in 2018. Oops. Which I could do layers, more layers of them. So they have Japanese text on them. They basically are using my name. OU is another Japanese word for water. There's Omizu, which is one, and Ohiya, which is another word for water. And then the Japanese kanji or kata or katakana um, are on there. And I might do some more layering. Then I have these three panels that have the beginnings of stuff on them that I haven't done anything with. I could probably add some more layers to them. And then I have these wooden, so these were the tops of boxes that had wine in them. Um, and I started some stuff on it, some text, then this checkerboard patterning. You can see their wood on the back. They're a little warped, but I'm like, I don't care. It's something I can paint on. There's acrylic, there's spray paint, there's markers or pens, and then this last layer is, I think it's acrylic or maybe latex paint. So I'd have to, so these pieces split to make one single board. This actually cracked, so I'd have to glue these in, secure them, and then probably have to frame them somehow. This is the only one that kind of snapped. And I have those, and then I have these 2 foot by 2 foot. I think they're 2 foot by 2 foot. And I don't know what's dropping from them. Picture hanging nail. This was a fifth wheel, but these four were done out here. That's why there's a lot of paint on the walls, probably from these four. were probably some of the first abstract panels I did out here in the garage. So I have those. So let me find something to put next to this. Maybe just start off with, let me get these square ones out of here. That's the problem. I just didn't have any space out here for more canvases. Guess I can put these here and stack them here. Just turn it around so I don't accidentally. They're pretty heavy duty. I will save these small ones and these wood ones. I don't know when I'll get around to those before it gets cold. But how about this? These are a little smaller. These are probably 16 by 20. So I'm gonna have to move the screw over to fit these. And hopefully I can find the line. The line. How much space do I need? I wish I had my level out here. Somewhere right here. Come on. It won't fit because there's too much paint. Come on. There we go. I will have to fix this side when it comes to it. Almost seems crooked, doesn't it? Almost seems crooked. Yeah, it's definitely okay. We'll just use one of these. Come on, you. Yep. Go okay, that's a little straighter. Then we'll put this one up here. Whoa, gotta be careful. I don't want to put a hole through the canvas. Do not want to put a hole through the canvas. Okay. I might want to hit that with some sandpaper just to give it something similar to. Oh yeah, I gotta put these on there. Okay, put this in there. Oh, we lost power again. Losing the power. Using our power. How we doing, guys? You hanging in there? You hanging in it? Thanks for the 7 likes. Ooh, we got 7. All right. All right. Well, that's about average for us. Is 7. Jeez. There we go. All right. So we got a new canvas, somewhat new. These have been hanging around. I mean, like I said, this one's dated 2018. I didn't think it was done. I don't know why I even bothered thinking it was done and that somebody might be interested in it. It's just me playing with paint and text. All right, come on. Brick. Tighten the belt again. All right, let me eat my yes bar, black sesame and sea salt. But yeah, if I can get some of these other panels done where they make a little bit more sense, maybe somebody will want to buy them at the art fair. No, I don't want my AirPods connecting to this iPad. Be connected to my phone that's recording so that you guys can hear me. Hear me chomping away at this nutty, seedy bar. Mm-mm-mm. Just a little on the go snack. This one has a lot of spray paint on it. So I'm not sure if I can find our sandpaper. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, hey, don't spill the coffee. Oh, here it is. While we're munching away, don't want to do too much. There's not a whole lot of layers on there to begin with, and the canvas is kind of thin and cheap. So I don't want to sand away the canvas, put a hole in it. Okay, so first things first. Let's wipe it down with some water. Get any kind of dust, paint dust off there. That's just gonna cause trouble. So you can see I used the Krylon to do the characters. I liked how it looks, that Krylon. Maybe I'll seal it because I do have some matte medium here left in this container, and might as well use it or lose it. Use it or lose it. Okay, let me find a paper towel that we can use and get this excess water out of there because I don't want that matte medium to be that thin. And then we'll add it to this. I think that should be enough to cover this. And whatever water was in there in the brush that was left over will help thin that out to cover the entire piece. It's just the thin layer. All right. Good, good, good to go. Let's use some water, clean out our palette. Some water in this brush. Refill these with fresh water. Let's turn this fan up, Jim. It's fresh water. These over here with their respective covers on them. Okay. All right. And hold on. Clean off this brush. Maybe we'll do a scraped layer of paint across this small canvas. Scrape. Do I have something to scrape with? I always have cardboard laying on. Always scrape it with some cardboard. Get water out of there. Of our brush. Okay. Oh, oh, I got paint on my roller. a fresh roller that I haven't used yet. I could use it on that. Ideally, I'd want to save it to be able to use on all three of the smaller panels. Um, but I think the scraped paint. What do you guys think? We have our aqua, bright aqua green, which I could scrape onto that. Let's see. Let's see. Let me just put it straight on the canvas. But we need something to scrape with. I need something that's kind of rigid. It's not going to bend on you. What do I have? Got to be something in here. Plenty of stuff in here. Oh. How about this piece of wood? Got stuff on it, but I can go up. So how about, oops, and try and squeeze out a bead of paint. I'm not sure. Is this enough? Well, even if it's not, that's okay. All right. You ready, guys? You ready? You ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Let me get this paint off my finger first. Not a squeegee. It's no Gerhard Richter. If you don't know, Gerhard Richter is a uh, social realist painter from what 60s, 70s, and 80s, 90s. He's been around for a long time. He's known for his big squeegee paintings. I'm just doing a small painting. Really? That's all the paint? That's all the paint. It's because of the canvas. The problem is, so he used oil paints. I'm using acrylic. This is not the proper squeegee. I don't care about a squeegee. I actually like the kind of the textured line. God, come on. Don't want to do it too much. And we'll lose all the cool stuff. You lose all the cool stuff. Well, that's probably about as good as we get. I probably went a little overboard with the passes, but you can always do more. A little tribute or nod to Gerhard Richter. It almost looks like a bad printer. What do you guys think? Hey, Windy City, how are you doing, Wendy? Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by in our chat. Is Travis on yet? Ooh, we got 8 likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes, guys. Oh, I disconnected, so I only see the most recent chat. That's okay. Yeah, we're making a mess up in the studio. Not yet. I figured sometime around in the next half hour, which will be 3 p.m. for us, or 1500 hours. So this is a little thicker. I don't mind that dragged texture thing. Is definitely very Gerhard Richter. He would definitely use a lot more colors, do a lot more passes with different colors. And he also would, using oils, he would let it sit for a bit and then pull the squeegee. Sometimes when you let the paint harden a little bit and then do that, you get some interesting marks. Now that I use that specific blue, the aqua, because it's kind of a greenish blue. Well, it's basically bright aqua green, but it's a bluish green. And I knew that would definitely play off of that red and the lighter values a lot more. And so your eye gets a nice, you get eye fucked, for lack of a better use of words, by the color contrast. Or, yeah, it definitely creates an interesting sense of depth. Your eye can't tell. It's trying to focus on the aqua, but it's also trying to focus on the reddish, the orangish red, and it um, can't lock onto one or the other. And I think it could be because bluer blue colors on that part end of the spectrum have a very short wavelength to it, and the reds have a very long wavelength. So usually that red end of the spectrum, the waves are cycle a lot slower, and the blue is much quicker. So your eye is having an eye fuck, to say the least. You're- so I do have this. I could do the same thing with this because this is kind of reddish, and there's some hints of orange in there. I don't know if it's actual orange or it's just red that's a little bit more translucent on the white ground, which gives it that kind of glow. I could use that same color on this, and it would really mess with your eye too, because red and green are complementary, yellow and purple complementary, and blue and orange are complementary colors. The artwork on the right is drawing my eyes to it. Good stuff. Yeah. This one? This one's a little more subdued in as far as color. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Um, because the green on this side wasn't quite working for me, and it's because of the orange. You get hints of the blue underneath the blue under the orange and the green. There's still something that's like not quite right with it, but it doesn't sit quite right with me as far as saying that it's ready for the next step or the next phase of this small series of works. Looks like a Monet, yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking when I flipped it around. It was like, oh yeah, this could be kind of a Monet water lily. But if you look at his actual paintings, there's way more. I feel like there's way more color going on in his than what I have going on in mine. I mean, the stuff in the background, the blues, there's a lot going on there. But as far as like the orange and the green right now, they're very basic. There's some areas where there's green spray paint that shows through under the green, which is nice too. I like the different uh, values of green, but it's this orange. Something's up with this orange that's not sitting right with me. I feel like I need to go with a red, some kind of red or something, or more reddish orange, or maybe even subdue it even more with like a sienna, which is kind of can be kind of red. Exactly. A bit of a lily and a splash of pink and purple. Yeah. Maybe purple was the color I needed instead of green. I could mix a purple, or I have a or I have a where is it? Nutmeg. Nutmeg. I have this almond color right here. That would definitely throw everything back, and it'd be light. And I have a gray, I have an heirloom white, and if I use this almond color, it might do something because this is pretty neutral, but the value is lighter. I don't know. Ooh, that's kind of a cool noise or cool sound. I don't know if you can hear it. Ooh, I'd like to record that. Use that in some. Been playing with GarageBand, Apple's GarageBand, and using original sounds. It's pretty cool. You know what? I have some spray paint. We have ballet slipper. Is a pink. Is a very pastel light pink. I also have soft lilac. Do I need to go down this road? 'Cause if I use these and then I try to use this, it might throw this off. Or what if I mix those? So I haven't with the other ones, I haven't tried to mix a portion of this paint at all with other colors. But there's nothing wrong with changing up the program. Wait, do I have some containers? Don't I have any containers I can put paint in? I thought I brought some, or there was some out here. Okay. Well, well, there is this. Oh, there's still. Oh, this is still some in here. It's leveling gel, but maybe that would have been dried out. No, no, just straight like cups or anything. Oh, come on! I gotta have something I could put something in. Wait, what's in this box? Did I bring? Okay, I did bring some. mm, Well, oh wait, what's this? No, it's dirty. All right, I'm just gonna use. mm, I'll clean it out. Just don't want to use too much paint. I just need enough to cover this canvas. Just enough to cover the canvas. Ah, shoot. Is that enough? That seems like enough. Okay, come on. Ugh, that's the problem with the paint pouring out of there. What's that? It's running down the sides here. And it's in this bit. Paper towel, clean our mess. And clean our mess. So one of the issues with trying to close the container here. All that paint dried up in the well area. All right, so we did use that. So what were we thinking? A tiny bit of this red, just the tiniest bit. Oh, let's shake it up first. This would be, oh, no, no, no. Oh, got some film, paint film forming in here. It's older. Oh, got rust. Uh, some of it's getting in the can or paint. All right, hold on a second, guys. So we need our brush. Where's our brush? There it is. You got the paint skins, but we want to get the paint out of the paint skin. Let's see. No, I don't think there was enough of that red in here. So we need just a little bit more. Come on. All right, let's see. Is it enough to make this pinkish? All right, guys. I'm just gonna go for it. Just gonna go for it. Oh, I'm trying to get as much of the paint out of the brush onto the canvas. Come on. Gotta move quickly because this will dry quickly. All right. No more messing around. Okay, come here. Pour some of that in there. There's our distribute to Mr. Monet's water lilies. All right, nope. Match. Don't accidentally match that. Okay, keep that out of the way. Keep that out of the way. Where is the paper? We got some paper. We got some paper. Yes. Ooh, okay. I am not hating it. Mm. Come on. Oh my God. Stop. Stop already. Stop it. Stop it. Oh yeah, I think this was definitely. Thank you, Wendy, for the inspiration. Yeah, I like it. 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 Thank you again. Hey, Zed, do your cats frequent this studio? No, because it's outside. Um, so they're all indoor cats. They get freaked out if they're outside, and I don't want them training them to go outside because there's a lot of traffic around here, and I've had a cat in the past that has gotten hit, and I do not want to deal with that. All right. Well, I hope that is enough drying. I hope, yes. I'm trying to think of the color. It's not quite lavender. It reminds me of some, was it Ben and Jerry's ice cream, something like something cherry. Kind of reminds me of that. But it definitely, the green and the orange were just, I don't know, it was just too much. It wasn't doing anything for me. And this layer definitely brought together, oh shoot, brought brought it together. I want to say, I don't know. This is almost kind of like the decorative painting. Now I should be doing these on walls in somebody's bedroom or something. That's the only thing I'm like not stoked on, but gotta try stuff or you'll never produce anything. Let's see. We'll erase. Start from the bottom first. That that was the section that was gonna dry the quickest. And we'll remove. So not sure if this was be something some home decorator would end up doing is erasing the paint off the wall. You never know. They would just use the paper, blot it, and then move on to the next section. Me, I can't. I gotta erase. I gotta erase it. It's gotta get erased. Uh, Okay, gotta move fast though. You don't want any of this to dry too much, or we'll lose the richness of the underpainting through the veil of this pink, which I don't mind it being somewhat veiled to kind of subdue that rich color underneath. Need some more wet paper towels. Do like this area where there's some white and that claret red. It didn't quite mix fully in with the almond. So I kind of like, I really enjoy color mixing. You're gonna get some stuff that you might not get if you just use straight out of the tube, out of the can, out of the container. Candy pink. Yeah, I guess not quite Pepto Bismol. Blah blah blah. I don't know. I just love the organic pattern that this process creates, or that is created through this process. I could live with that. This area got because the paint up here was a little thicker. And I don't want how much do I want of that to really show through? I feel like this exact thing can only be attained via this latex paint, 'cause I don't think I could do that with, get that exact look with just regular acrylic paint. Maybe, but the way latex paint breaks apart in water is definitely different from just regular acrylic paint in water. Yay, we got 8 likes. Not bad. I don't know about that upper bit though. A lot of it disappeared because it was very thick paint, but sometimes that's not bad. I could always flip it if I upend the canvas and have that on the bottom, maybe it would change the weight or feel of it depending on the orientation. Or when I put the line on there, it might change that too also. You got to know your paints, yeah, and I'm learning about them as I go. That's why I kinda like this, just playing with paint and seeing what your materials can do. Yeah, mixing that color in with this neutral, this almond color. I don't know if that's really almond. Maybe inside almond, but, um, I didn't think it would make anything interesting. And that's not a bad color. What do they call that? A fuchsia? Is fuchsia correct? Or is fuchsia green? I wanna say fuchsia is like a pink. I got no art background, but it's all enjoyable journey watching UNT. Yeah, you don't have to know anything to appreciate something. It's almost better because once you have all that training, all that gets in the way. Yeah, fuchsia is pink. Yeah, it's kind of a fuchsia, but the green and orange underneath that works way better than just that green and orange. You get some of the blues from the early underpainting too, and then very few hints of this color. The claret wine is what they're calling it. It's a satin, but it's kind of a lighter burgundy. I guess a wine color. I don't know. Wine seems deeper than that, but because I also had this colonial red, which is a little bit more brighter, but still dark. But I don't know. This is closer to in acrylic paints, not quite alizarin crimson or quinacridone magenta. I guess this is within the magenta realm, but deeper, darker. So I liked it. So we have all 6 of these panels here, this size panel done. I have 2 stencils ready for these line work, which will go atop that. So you'll see this single line on top of this, and it'll get the single line will get an outline itself, and then that'll sit atop here. So I need to do 4 more. I have a ton of these on my iPad that I drew. I just need 4 more designs to go on the other 4 panels, and then I can do all those about the same time, and then we'll have a set of 6. I'd like to have more, but, I'd have to go buy some more of this size canvas. But I have all kinds of other canvases laying around, so I wanna kinda use those up before I start buying more canvases. I do have I do have a roll of canvas or a couple rolls of canvas, and I can make my own, which I'd rather do than just buy them pre-stretched. Because the canvas on these pre-stretched ones are very lightweight, and it doesn't take much to punch a hole through them. So I put all this work into these canvases, and they can get damaged real easily unless you take this canvas off, mount it to heavier canvas, and then re-stretch it on there. But that's a lot of work to start doing that, and then you have your own that has its own issues over time when you mount canvas onto other canvas. So, but maybe that's not that important. This surprisingly is no, not all of it's dry. I could hit that with actually, let's hit this big one with um uh, let's clean up a little bit here. Got some water on the floor. That up. Let's hit this with the hair dryer to speed up the drying a little bit. All right, let's then coat this with matte medium. Make sure our brush is cleaned up. I don't want any paint in it when I go to add the matte medium. Okay, it's 309. So I think once I add this matte medium, maybe I'll do one more quick layer on that, and then I will call it a stream for now, go work on lunch, late lunch for my wife and I. 'Cause it is about the time we usually do our late lunch. And maybe, just maybe, I will do a third stream, but we'll see. My wife will probably be off from her working from home, and she might want to watch some. You've been watching this K drama, so and those are an hour long episodes. There's a possibility I might not get to another session. And if I don't, maybe I'll do a gaming stream. I don't have to work until 3 p.m. tomorrow, so I don't have to get up early. So I might and try to do a morning session, morning into afternoon, typically the 11:30 if I can. 11:30 to 1:30. And if I do that, if I do, I wonder how many highlights I'm gonna get out of this stream because I said quite a bit of stuff that YouTube will be like, "Oh, that would make a great highlight." Oh, yeah. People eat that up. Like, "YouTube, why are you doing this to me?" Like, that could be a highlight right there. "YouTube, why are you doing this to me? Why are you trying to AI-ify my streams? You're always trying to suggest content for my stream. Am I not doing enough with these long format live stream? Jeez, you're not even paying me. You just want me to give you all of myself to you. Do da da da." Let's see. My one and only highlight that I did from the other stream is called Dippity Dab. I could go full echolalia on you guys. Used to do that a lot with my wife, and she hated it. Let's see. We need our oh yeah, oh yeah. I could just drip. I don't know. That might be too much fuchsia. Too much fuchsia in the world. Go dripping it down this canvas. But if I did it in little batches, maybe it wouldn't be too bad, right? Little batches, little batch, little drip here and there. I mean, I could splash this whole thing down that. Let's try a little bit first. Okay, it's gonna be thin. Let's just go down the come on. Of course, I don't have anything down there to catch. Yeah, it's gonna be a very faint, because all that's gonna run down. Very, very thin veiled. But I need this. Wait, what's in here? I think this is paint. Is it dried? Is it all dried paint? Yeah, whatever's in there is like a sponge. No, that full container of paint is like a sponge. Um, do I just pool it on something and let it sit and see what it does? I have these. Ooh, let's try this. So I have this. It's on a wooden panel, and Here, now I can wipe it off. I should have put it in the sun. I should have put that in the sun and then let the sun deal with evaporating the water that's in there, and it would just leave all that pigment left behind. But I didn't do that. I put it right in front of where I'm going to be working, like like a genius, like the ultimate genius that I am. I put it right in front of the space that I'm working. There goes my genius status. I am not really a genius. I'm just an ordinary guy. Ordinary. Now it'll take forever for that to evaporate. Okay, okay. I think that was enough. Ooh, we're really getting low. We're down to about maybe a fifth of this container. So we're gonna need to get some more if we're gonna continue. Where's my brush now? I think I just got my genius card back for not knowing where my tools are. Me do equal genius. Got my card back. I still I still have this sitting down here, but I guess that could be another genius move if I say so. So we're just adding this matte medium to the surface of this canvas to seal, just kind of seal the deal. Just unify everything under this layer of medium. Okay, get whatever we can get. Look at that. We just play reindeer games all day long. And at the end of it, we get wonderful paintings. Or not so wonderful paintings. I mean, technically they're paintings because they're paint, but whether they're good or they're bad, that is up to the viewer. That is up to the viewer. I just make them. I'm not here to tell you if they are or not. Hey, Ryan. Oh, from Melody's stream. Hey, good to see you, Ryan. How are you doing? Welcome from Jordan. We have our friend Ryan from the state of Jordan. There in, is it technically the Middle East? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining us. We're just getting ready to wrap up the stream. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, we're doing these kind of abstract, uh, colorful pieces um, as backdrops for some ideas that I have in the works. But yeah, we're just about to wrap this up. I hope you're having a great day or evening. I'm assuming it's evening where you're at. Like what, midnight? Is it midnight, Ryan? Like you're even farther east than Windy is from where I'm at. Oh, you can be if you wanted to, unless painting is outlawed where you're at. Then I can see that being a problem. But yeah, anybody can do this if they really have the strong desire to want to do it. I've been doing it for so long that it's I I guess you could say maybe I take it for granted, but not really because I know that me being able to do this can disappear in an instant. You don't have paint supplies, sadly. Yeah, that's the thing is over the years I've built up a supply of paint. I'm kind of a paint nerd, so if I have the money or have oh, thank you, Amethyst Straws. I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well and having a great day. Thank you for subbing. I've been getting quite a few subs this day. It's probably one of the few days I've got quite a few subs in in one day. Um, yeah, but you start small. I think I started off with a small little paint set of acrylic paints and then a small little paint set of oil paints, and I, I just stuck with it. Yep, I'm being a smaller content creator with barely any subs. No worries, Amethyst Draws. Do you post stuff, drawings and stuff, or artwork, or stuff you work on or create? Well deserved, Omizu. You get more subs, I'm sure. Yeah, it'll happen. I'm not too worried about it. It's cool to see it just slowly move up. You gotta go because you came here to say hi and sorry for no worries, Ryan. I appreciate you just dropping by and saying hello. I know everybody they have their own schedule, so I appreciate you stopping by. And I hope to see you again in future streams. Yeah. From Iowa to Jordan. Have a good evening and take care of yourself. Trying to grow is hard, but it'll be worth it. Yeah. I've had my channel since um 2009, was it? I can't remember. Maybe it's 2012. But I swear I was uploading videos in 2009. Yeah, take care, Ryan. Peace be with you. Yeah, 2009, I want to say. And I was uploading stuff, mostly like skateboarding edits that I made. And then for the longest time, I didn't put anything on my channel. After 2012, 2013, I don't think I put anything on my channel until two, like probably within the last 3 or 4 years. So in that whole time that I didn't put anything up, I could have been growing this channel, but it is what it is. And since I've only been using really posting stuff for about a year and a half now, I think I'm not in a bad place. It's tougher when you're doing long format live streams versus creating videos, shorter format or um, uh, um, shorts. Like I think people can handle about 10 to 20 minutes. 30 minutes is pushing it, but somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes of content per video is good. People can usually handle that much, but I pretty much do these live streams as a form of documenting my process. Since I don't really keep a journal, this is kind of my journal when I'm in the studio. So I can always refer back to the videos to um, kind of see what I did, how I put something together or created something. Or if I got a particular effect from some paint, I can go back and be like, "Oh, that's what I did to get that effect." But now I have a piece on the floor that's hopefully that helps. All right, Wendy, have a good day. Thank you for joining. It's nice to see you in the chat. Wasn't disappointing. Oh, and here's we're not connecting. Are you guys not connecting with me? I feel bad. Well, I gotta end it. So whether it's connected or not, I hope you all have a good day or evening wherever you're at in the world. And until next time, bye for now. That's a tasty painting right there. Tasty. All right, guys. Peace.